Hello, I'm your host Denise Rojas, and today I'm going to be cooking homemade hot fudge, my mother-in-law's secret recipe, using the power of the sun. I have my 46-inch parabolic mirror, and as far as my focal length, I believe it's perfect. We're ready to get cooking. In this deep Pyrex dish, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. I already measured it out, and I'm going to pour it in here. The dry ingredients are going to go in first. I have a 1/3 cup of cocoa and a pinch of salt. Okay. One nice thing about being outside is any extras I could just toss on the ground. We're going to stir everything up. I'm going to be using a Pyrex bowl today because to cook the fudge it's dark, and the clear is going to allow it to absorb through the fudge and cook a lot faster. If I was cooking something lighter, water, then a cast iron pot would be perfect for something that's lighter. But because the fudge is dark, this is going to allow us to absorb the sunlight and cook the fudge a lot faster. So I've already mixed all of my dry ingredients, and now I'm adding my milk, which is 3/4 cup. Gonna just mix it around and make sure that it looks pretty good. It's very important to mix all the ingredients together, so that way nothing is sticking on the corners of the Pyrex, which everything looks good. Now, if I was cooking this on the stove, once we get to a nice boiling temperature, there's a little bit of a science behind it, and my mother-in-law, she showed me what to do. It's really fun to watch. But she gets cold water, and when it's really thick and bubbly, she pours a tablespoon and dumps it into the cold water, and if it forms a nice little ball, it means that the fudge is ready to be taken out and it's a perfect temperature it's cooked. Later on, what we're going to do is put a big heaping tablespoon of peanut butter and some handfuls of walnuts. So this is all ready to be put on our solar stove. I'm using my solar goggles, very important. I'm sliding my Pyrex in, maybe just a little bit more. Now the idea, if this was on the stove, I would be putting this on a high temperature, so that way it would start to be at a nice boil. I'm stirring this so that it's nice and mixed in. There was still a little bit of the powder around the edges, and we've adjusted the Pyrex so that way it was a nice even temperature. The parabolic mirror is acting like what a burner would be on a stove. Okay, this is going to take a little bit longer because we're fighting some clouds. When the sun is out, it feels like it's going to cook instantly, but right now we're in a cloud, so that's just the way it happens, nature. While I'm in a cloud and that's just kind of doing its own thing, when we're done, we're going to be transferring it into this Pyrex, and so I'm just going to take a little bit and coat it, that way it's not sticking. This recipe is amazing, and apparently, from what my mother-in-law says, nobody but her can do it. She taught me how to do this yesterday, so we're going to see what I'm capable of. You guys wouldn't even know the difference, but her fudge is fantastic. You see right there, we're already at a boil. The idea is that the whole entire bottom is going to be boiling. I don't have to wear my goggles the whole time. Now that we're using a parabolic mirror, I'm not staring at like a large glow. There's Little Bear. Little Bear, what's wrong?
Little Bear is our 10 or 12-year-old chow dog that we rescued.
Come here.
He likes to be outside. Normally he's in the house, but he loves coming out. He's got the run of the yard if he wants, but he likes to be in here, so he tells everybody what to do.
Oh yeah.
And Fudge. Fudge is burning. Fudge is burning.
Oh my God. Got me distracted. As you can see, the bubbles, we're getting into a nice boil in the center, but look how cool this is. If I tilt the Pyrex, take a look at that ray of light in the bottom. It's really cooking. Wow, is it a hot day. Changes everything cooking out in the sun. It's really fun, but you gotta go with it. Sometimes you get clouds and you get like little things that fly in your food, but who cares? It's like camping and having a good time outside. And you know, bugs add a little extra protein anyway. Just kidding. Nothing in here.
Denise is over getting something, and I'm gonna sneak a little sample of it. See how this tastes. Oh, that's hot, hot, hot. Ouch, I just burned my tongue. Oh, whoa, is that hot? I should have known that was hot.
Guess who I have here? This is Rosemary Rojas, Dan's mom, my mother-in-law. And I got her out here to supervise and see if I'm doing her fudge right. It's not ready?
No, it doesn't look like it's
You
enough.
sure?
Really.
I was telling them that it's a science how you do this. You have to pour a tablespoon into cold water, and if it forms a ball, then you know it's done. But how can you tell for sure? It gets nice and bubbly?
The feeling.
The feeling. See, it's the Rosemary secrets that we are trying to expose. Can you see how cool this is with just this parabolic mirror under here is what's cooking it with the sun.
I know.
See? Now, I think we're having a clearing with the no clouds for a little bit, so we
looks
should
like it's burning to me.
It looks like it's good. Let's try it. Sure?
Unless you have another cold thing
I don't.
ready.
Smoke like that when you cook on the stove?
No.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting there.
Let's give it a go.
Slide
getting
it out of the sun for right now. Just pull it towards.
Pull it towards.
That way it's not going to burn it, because it is a little different than oh, that looks different. And then what do I do?
Go
Swirl
ahead.
it around.
Try and make a ball.
I think I can.
You got it.
I got it. I got
Pull
it.
it off.
Oh yeah.
All
See?
the way off of the
That's
fire.
what she's talking about. Okay. Okay.
You have to work real fast at
Okay.
this
Now,
point.
am I going to burn myself?
Can you have
Yeah. Let me go ahead and get this.
it? Pull it over to the table if you can.
Okay. There we go. So
Right away with your butter.
I got my, what do I have here? 2 and a
2
quarter
tablespoons
of butter. It's got a little melted, but that's okay. And oh shoot, I don't have a clean spoon.
Just go with it.
Just go with it, but a heaping tablespoon of peanut butter. That's a lot, but that's okay. And then stir it up. Oh yeah, that's right, nuts. Here, you do it. My hands are all filthy. What do you do?
Your nuts are better if they're crushed up a little more.
Oh well. So we got 2 big handfuls of walnuts.
Now you
What do I
mix
do?
that until it loses the sheen.
Okay.
You want it to lose the shine.
I am stirring, and is this working out pretty good? I mean, it's thickening up too.
Yeah, it's looking good. Keep it stir. Continue to stir.
Okay.
Your butter is still not
Okay, I'm working on it.
melted in there completely. See how it's
Oh,
yes.
yes.
It's getting dull.
Yes.
You know then that it's almost ready to pour. I would start pouring it right about now.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, I buttered that earlier. Looks like it melted a little bit, but it's okay. Oh, I don't want to burn my hand.
Spread it in your dish as you do that because it'll...
Good. Any leftovers we'll eat later on that. But the idea is that it's a nice shiny surface.
No. You want a dull surface to know that it's time to pour it into your dish.
Okay. Well, right now, this is how it should look. Once it cools off, how long would it take?
About 10-15 minutes, it's ready to cut.
We would suggest putting it in at room temperature because it's going to just keep melting outside and
You have
this
to get
side.
it out of the sun.
So we're going to go ahead and get this in a nice air-conditioned area so that way it can firm up, and then we'll bring it back out and sample it. Best part of this is when it's still warm. You cut right through, and it looks good. This is Rosemary's recipe, and she approves, right?
Right. Excellent.
Thank you.
I'd suggest cutting all your pieces because it's going to get hard to where you can't cut.
Oh,
This
okay.
is delicious. This is a great project for you to do with your kids. Show them, make them a nice treat. One thing you want to be sure of, when you're done with your mirror or Fresnel lens, whatever you're using to cook with, put it away, because you wouldn't want your kids using the stove or the barbecue grill when you're not around. Same thing with this. They're tools, they're dangerous, they're like power tools, so good idea to put them up when you're done, but you can definitely give them a good experience with the sun. I'd like to thank my mom,
My mother-in-law, Rosemary Rojas.
special guest star,
Cheers.
and for sharing her wonderful recipe. I'm your host, Dan Rojas.
I'm Denise Rojas. Thank you for watching and enjoy our videos.